I hope you're all well. So today I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. Now this is my first time using this palette on camera. I've used it once off camera because I couldn't wait because it looked so pretty. But today I've created this look and I'm obsessed with this look. I think I'm going to be wearing it, a lot. I do a full face today, so it's not just about the palette, it's about the skin as well. But yeah, I thought this would be a really nice smouldering kind of look for a good night out or a dinner date, or if you just ever want to look glam. So if you want to see how I achieve this, then please do keep watching. So first of all, I'm going to prep my skin with a bit of Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream. And this is just a lovely moisturiser, it really makes your skin really super soft. Now for primer, I'm going to be using the Becca Backlight Priming Filter to add a bit of a glow to the skin. Again, just rub this into the skin. Excuse to save me guys, I don't feel that great. I've been ill for over a week, but I was like, I need to film, so excuse my really bad dark circles, but then, you know, I always have bad dark circles, but hopefully my voice doesn't cut out. I keep sounding like a man halfway through the day, so hopefully if I keep talking it won't be too bad. For foundation, I'm going to be using the YSL Touche Eclat in the shade B45. Pop it on the skin and then use the beauty blender. So I'm just pushing this into the skin with a damp beauty blender. Just going to add another layer just to get myself a bit more coverage. I really like the smell of this foundation. For concealer, don't judge me, I'm using the same as always, the Maybelline Age Rewind or Eraser Eye now, in the shade Light. And I'm just that sounds really weird then, I'm just popping it under the eye, like so, in between the brows, on the bridge of the nose, Cupid's bow, and the chin. Looking pretty. And I'm also going to contour using the Fenty Beauty, what's it called again? Magic Sticks? Magic Sticks, yeah, in the shade Walnut. Just carving out the cheekbones a bit. This shade's probably a tiny bit light for my skin at the moment, but it'll still give me a bit more definition. I'm going to blend in the concealer first, using my damp beauty blender again. Now I'm just going to blend in the contour colour. It's kind of more bronzy than a contour really, but this will blend in really easily because it's not very dark. So I don't need to blend it in too much because I still want a bit of, definition there. For highlight today, I'm going to be using Anastasia Beverly Hills So Hollywood. I haven't used this in a while, but it's a really beautiful golden colour. So I like applying this to the cheekbone before powder onto my eyes because it makes the highlight pop more, as opposed to putting your powder on, which kind of mattifies the skin. So I like putting it on now, so it gives its most intensity. If you don't like an intense highlight, then feel free to obviously powder first. I mean, a lot of people powder first and they still have an intense contour, but I only seem to if I leave my skin a little bit tacky. I'm just bringing it around the brow slightly, not as high as usual, but just bring it around like that. I'm not going to bring it up here. Because I've noticed, if I bring it there, it brings attention to my scars. I've got two holes, they were holes. They are two little scars, I don't know if you can see them on camera there, but they're where I had a halo around my neck, around my head, when I had my car accident 12 years ago, and they're still there. But yeah, once I put a highlight on them, it's like, hi. So I've realised that, just because it works for other people, you don't do everything the same. So I'm just bringing it around the side. On Cupid's bow, and down bridge of the nose. To powder the under eye, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Shading Light palette and that centre shade, which is called Lyric. It's like a yellow, kind of baby yellow, like milkshake kind of colour. And I've been loving using this Backstage brush. It's really nice. I usually use the Real Techniques setting brush, but I love this one at the moment. I don't know what number it is. It's just called the Concealer Blender brush. So obviously it's really for concealer, but I like using it for powder for under the eye. It's got a nice shape. I like bringing this down the side of my nose as well. And I'm also going to pop a bit on the lid as our base for our eyeshadow. As you know, I've done my brows already because they're not this naturally dark. I'm going to be popping some Brow Couture from YSL through them. I like doing that after foundation. Just to add a bit of fullness to the brow. I'm going to go with the Kat Von D Shade Light palette again and just going to contour a bit. Set that cream contour with powder contour. Because it intensifies it and it keeps it in place. And obviously it intensifies it mainly. Also going to go on the chin, like the end of the chin and the jawline. And then down the centre of the neck. So for blush, I'm going to be using this one from Urban Decay. It's called Crush. Now I know it looks really scarily bright, but what I'm going to do is just really lightly dab my brush on it, like dust it. Like don't swirl the brush in the pattern. Just go whoop, whoop, like that. I'm just going to pop up the apples and pull it back slightly. Okay, I'm going to do one eye off camera, then I'll be back. So, I've done one eye. I really like it. So if you want to see how I achieve it, keep watching. I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. It's so pretty, isn't it? I got this last week. I've used it once already. And I was like, I need to use it in a tutorial. So first of all, I'm going to go in with the shade Eden. It's that nice like light orange. It comes out slightly pink on my eye anyway. It might be different on other people, but that's how it comes out on mine, like an orangey pink, which is strange because it doesn't look it in the pan. It does look really orange. This palette's have quite a lot of kickback on that shade anyway. So I'm just going to tap it off a little bit. I'm going to run this through the upper crease portion of the eye and the crease, but like going quite close to the brow with it because I want like the reds and everything to go quite high. And just blend. I'm using my big YSL fluffy brush. And just blend it and dragging it out. And I'm also going to run it on the lower lash line. Go quite low with it. Just want it to look quite smouldering under there. Drag it out. Connect to the top shadow. I'm now going to use a small tapered brush, an E45 from Sigma. I'm going to go in with the shade Amber, which is next to Eden. It's like a burnt orange. And I'm just going to run this through the crease. I'm going a little bit higher than just the crease. Like I'm not just aiming it to be just in the crease. What I might do though is put it in with this brush first of all and then blend it out. So it like blends in with Eden. And then also under the lower lash line again, just using the E45 brush this time. So I'm not going quite as low as the first shade, but still quite low. And again, drag it up, connect in. Just going to get my big fluffy brush and just blend that slightly, really slightly, it doesn't need much blending. I'm now going to go in with the shade Oud, which is the shade right on the end, the deep like browny kind of reddy brown. So now for Oud, I'm going to use a pencil brush and I'm going to run this through the crease. But I just want to kind of keep this just in the crease. So that's why I'm using this brush because it's a lot more precise for me. But again, I will blend it out so it's not just like a line in the crease, you know. So tap it off so you don't like mess it up by putting too much product on your eye straight away. It's better to build it up. I make this mistake all the time. So I must listen to my own advice. Sometimes you're in a rush though and you think, oh, I'll just whack it on, it'll be alright. But if you want the look to look worth doing, you might as well just take the time. Otherwise you might as well not really bother with like eyeshadow. I'm also going to run this on the lower lash line to too, but with the pencil brush. So this time I'm going even closer to the lash line. As you can see, I've got quite a like circular like crease going on, so I'm going to grab my blending brush again, pop a little bit of even on and a tiny bit of amber, just go in that, and then tap it off because I don't want to do too much to it, and then run through just to soften it a little bit, so it's just slightly softer. So now for the base of the lid, I'm going to be using the shade Blood Moon, which is that gorgeous shade in between Oud and Amber. It's so beautiful. It's like coppery. Oh, it's just beautiful. So yeah, I'm going to pop that all over the base of the lid, but with a wet brush. The brush I'm using is my favourite brush to use for this sort of look. It's a MAC 242. It's just perfect for applying these kind of shimmery shades. I'm going to pop this all over the base of the lid. You may get a little bit of fallout now, so it may be wise to do your foundation first, or just make sure you wipe it away with one, with like a stippling brush or something. Because it'll probably go on the side of your nose, like mine have just done. So now I'm going to do the inner corner of the eye, using the same brush, but I'm going to turn it around to the cleaner side, and I'm also going to keep it damp. And I'm going to be using the shade Neferetti, which is on the second row, one in. The second colour in. So I'm just putting that in the inner corner. Grabbing a blending brush and blending that brow bone a little bit. Now I'm going to grab a black kohl pencil. This is Smouldering from MAC. Smolder, sorry. And I'm going to run it on along the lash line, but only up to about there. I find it a bit tricky to use the kohl pencils with this eyeshadow. It kind of doesn't smoothly glide on, but it's given a little bit more dimension to the eye, a bit more depth, and it would be more obvious and less smoky looking if you use like a liquid eyeliner. I kind of want a bit of smoke, and also liquid eyeliner is a bit of a pain in the ass to put on with these lashes. So do whatever you feel most comfortable with. But I quite like that this just gives a real like subtle smolder that you can't really notice. So I'm just gonna maybe warm it up on the skin a little bit. So I'm just gonna run it on the corner of my hand, just to warm up the pencil. Just so it, it kind of like makes it kind of easier to go along the eye. So I'm just gonna, it's really hard to see if it's actually doing anything, but I'm going to go on the magnified side of my mirror. It really is, but it's very, very subtle. You could use a black eyeshadow. For mascara, I'm going to be using Too Faced Veteran Sex. And now onto the lips. I hope you like the eyes, because I do. I know I've been using this lip liner a lot, but it's going to look nice with this look. So I'm going to be using Whirl from MAC. And then for lipstick, I'm going to be using Huda Beauty Crush. So that's the final look, guys. I love this look. I hope you do too. I think it's a really nice, I just love all those burnt warm tones. Like honestly, it's really red looking. I really like it, it's a bit different. So yeah, I hope you liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and leave me some comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you soon.